Hi everyone. So in today's video, let's solve questions related to finding irrational numbers between any two rational or irrational numbers. You have to find irrational numbers. Okay. Suppose you have any two positive, distinct rational numbers. Okay. In the previous videos we saw, if you are asked a question on how to find a rational number between A and B, you can use this method, a plus b by 2, or you can multiply and divide by a number, say 100 or 10, depending upon how many numbers you would like, in order to create a range in the numerator. You can make the denominator the same and create a huge range between the numerators, the start and the ending numbers, and then find out the rational numbers. Okay, suppose you have to find the irrational number in between A and B. Then the formula is, quick way to do is, you have to find the square root of A into B. Okay, suppose for example, find an irrational number between 2 and 3. This is the question. The very quick way to do is, you have 2, okay, you have 3. Okay, square root of 2 into 3. Square root of 6. So root of 6 is an irrational number. Okay, this is an irrational number. Okay, let's do some more questions. Suppose you have to find two irrational numbers between 4 and 5. How will you do it? So you can do square root of, you are asked to find two irrational numbers. Yeah. So one way, if you are asked just one number, you can do between 4 is one number, 5 is another number. Root of 4 into 5, that is root of 20. Okay, this is one. Suppose if you would like to find one more or two more, you can either write 4 points, say 1, 2, 8, 7, 6, 9, and it goes on. That is non-terminating, non-repeating. These are non-terminating, non-repeating are nothing but irrational numbers. You can randomly write some number which is greater than 4. For example, 4.2, 3, 4, 8, 1, 6, and it goes on. This is also another non-terminating, that means it's never ending and not repeating as well. So these are, you can write any number. Okay, just make sure they are not repeating. Okay, so that's the answer. Coming to the next question. Find 5 irrational numbers between 5 and 6. Again, write any number greater than 5. So for example, you can write 5.168, 5.2542. You can write any 5. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, so suppose 5.8432, and so on. So you can write any 5 irrational numbers which are non-repeating and non-terminating as well. Okay, you can write any 5. Okay, it should be greater than 5. You are asked 5 between 5 and 6. Okay, next question. Find two irrational numbers between root 2 and root 3. Okay, you should know the value of root 2 and you should know the value of root 3. Root 2 is nothing but 1.414 and root 3 is nothing but 1.732. Okay, now you have to write, you can write any two numbers, say for example 1.456 and so on, or 1.4389 and so on. All of these are any, you can write any two irrational numbers. Okay, next question. Find any two irrational numbers between 0.12. So you can write. So you can say for example 0.121672 and so on. 0.2486 and so on. Just write random numbers which are greater than 0.12, but it should be less than 0.13. Okay, that's the answer. Next one. How do you represent an irrational number on a number line? Okay, irrational number. What are irrational numbers? So square root of 2, square root of 3, these are all irrational numbers. Okay, now this is a very, very important topic under which you have questions. So the very first thing is the basic thing. Okay, whichever irrational number you have to locate on the number line, always remember you have to use the Pythagoras theorem. What is the Pythagoras theorem? Suppose you have a right angle. This is the hypotenuse, this is the perpendicular, and this is the base. Okay, so h square equal to b square plus p square. Okay, and h, this will be, your h is nothing but the irrational number that you will have to locate on the number line. H will be equal to square root of b square plus p square. Okay, suppose if you have to have h is equal to say root 2. Okay, how will you get root 2? If you are substituting your base as square root of 1. Yeah, square root of 1 the whole square plus 1 the whole square. Okay, so this will be nothing but square root of 1 plus 1, which is square root of 2. Okay, suppose you would like your hypotenuse to be square root of 3. How will you get 3? It will be nothing but square root of b square will be square root of 2 the whole square plus 1 square. So your base will be root 2 and your perpendicular will be 1. So if you solve it, how much you get? Square root of root 2 whole square is 2 plus 1, which is nothing but root 3. And this is what will be asked. Suppose you are having square root of 5. I am not writing square root of 4 because square root of 4 is nothing but it's equal to 2, and which is a rational number. Okay, square root of 5. So this hypotenuse will be square root of 5. So square root of 5 you have to plot. What will the base be? It will be square root of 4 the whole square plus 1 square. So this will be the base square, and this will be the perpendicular square. Okay, clear? Okay, now let us do it. You have to, this is again very important, locate root 2 on the number line. Okay, the very first thing is that you have to do is, first of all, take your number line, okay, and mark, say you will have 0 and 1. Okay, I just told you based on your right angle hypotenuse Pythagoras theorem. Okay, if you want square root of 2 to be your hypotenuse, then this perpendicular should be 1 and your base should also be 1. Okay, base should also be 1. Only then you will have your h equal to square root of 1 square plus 1 square, which will be square root of 1 plus 1, that is 2. Okay, so this will be, just mark 0, 1 and 2 like this. Okay, take 1 centimeter, this will be your base. Okay, base, take it as 1. Okay, and then what you have to do, you have to draw the perpendicular. Okay, so you can use your compass, take a bigger one, draw a semicircle, and then take the using the same length, draw with, do it like this. So keeping 1 at the center and the radius of the compass a little bigger, draw a semicircle arc. Okay, and then keep your keep your compass here and draw, cut 2 arcs, and then with this as a center, draw an arc, and with this as a center, draw an arc. Automatically you will be getting a perpendicular. Okay, so this will be a perpendicular, and then you have to measure 1 centimeters. Okay, so suppose this is 1 centimeters. Okay, this is 1. Okay, you can mark this as 1 and then join 0 to 1. Okay, I'll use a different color. Join 0 to 1 using a scale. Okay, now this will be, so this is 1. Okay, your base is 1 and this will be square root of 2. Okay, then keep your compass at 0 and then with the radius of root 2, just make sure, just extend it and make sure you cut the number line. Okay, so this length will be also equal to square root of, this will be root. Okay, the length that you have taken between this point and this point, that will be square root of 2. Okay, so now you have plotted, so you can finally, this is your square root of 2. Okay, let's do another question. Locate root 3 on the number line. Okay, so as I told you, how will you do it? So h equal to square root of base square plus perpendicular square. H should be root 3. So how will you get root 3? Base will be root 2 the whole square plus 1 square. Yeah. So this root 2 is the base and 1 will be the perpendicular. Okay. So how will you do it? Let's take the number line. Okay. You want your base to be root 2. Okay, so let us take first, you will have mark your 0 and mark your 1. Okay, and this will be your, okay, so this is 1. You'll have to take base as root 2, just for, unlike your previous question. Take the perpendicular like this. Okay, draw an arc with this as a center, draw 2 arcs, and then with this as a center again, and then draw a perpendicular. Okay, so this, suppose this is the perpendicular. Okay, take the perpendicular as 1, join 0 to this 1, and this will be root 2. Okay, with 0, and say this is, say, point A. Okay, from 0 to A, take the length of 0 to A, and then just make sure you cut with that same length you're cutting the number line. So this will be, this particular point will be square root of 2. Okay, and then after that, this will be the base. Again, similarly, or you can do another thing. So from here, you can again take the perpendicular. Okay, take the perpendicular from A. Okay, so this will be a perpendicular. Take 1. Okay, so take the measure of 1 centimeter and join 0 to B. So this will be automatically be root 3. You don't have to specifically take now, and then take the length O to B, which will be root 3, and then again mark an arc such that it cuts the number line. So this will be root 3. This is what you were asked. Okay, so this is a better way of doing it. First locate root 2 and then locate root 3. Okay, this is not necessary. You need not do unless you are asked. This part I will just remove it. Okay, you don't have to locate root 2. Once you have located the hypotenuse, from there itself you can take the horizontal. Okay, and then, okay, so once you have taken the hypotenuse, automatically from there you can take the perpendicular by doing from your compass you can take the perpendicular, mark 1, and then join 0 to B, and then extend it and cut the number line. So this will be root 3. Okay, that's all. So this is how you locate. And another thing, suppose if you are asked to locate root 50, okay, in your number line, do try it out. So how will you do root 50? Suppose this is the question, locate root 50 on the number line. So root 50, you will consider this as hypotenuse. You will get it only if you are taking your base as root of 49 the whole square plus 1 square. So root 49 is the base, which is nothing but 7, and your perpendicular will be 1. Okay, so what will you do? First of all, you will take your base. Okay, and take a number line, mark 0 to 7. This will be your base. Okay, take a perpendicular, and then, so this will be your perpendicular. Correct? Sorry, I think, yeah, take your perpendicular like this. So I'm not able to join it. So suppose this is A point. Okay, this will be 1. This base will be 0 to, this will be your base. Okay, just join 0 to A. Just join 0 to A. So this will be root of 50, which is nothing but your hypotenuse. Okay, so keeping your center at O and the radius as OA, just make sure you cut the number line. So this will be root of 50. The length, that is root of 50 in your number line. Okay, so this is how you have to do. And this is one very important question that you are likely to come across. That is, how do you locate an irrational number on a number line? Always make sure whatever irrational number is asked, that is your hypotenuse. Make use of square root of base square plus perpendicular square. Okay, suppose if you have say 37, root of 37, How will you do it? The base will be nothing but root of 36 the whole square plus perpendicular will always be 1. Root 36 is 6 and then perpendicular will be 1. Okay, so this will be base will be 6 and perpendicular will be 1. So this is how you will do it. Okay, you will not be asked a very bigger number. It will almost be a perfect square plus 1. Okay, hope you understood. Do like, do comment, do subscribe. We will continue the next set of questions in the next video. Thank you.